Hello coffee lovers, we're back with our review of the Delonghi Dinamica. And we've had it about 3 months now and the coffee is delicious. So when you get the machine, you just plug it in. There's a power button on the back of the machine and you need to put coffee beans in. We have mostly used No Joe Decaf. That's our favorite. We have recently tried this Kicking Horse coffee, which is also a decaf, which is a dark roast, and this Volcanica coffee, which is a medium roast. Be careful when you're buying coffee beans that they don't have any kind of a coating on them because it will gum up the machine. And here's the water tank, which you will have to fill before making coffees. There are 2 fill lines here. The top pops off nice and easy so you can fit the water in there no problem. This little circle here is actually for a filter that does come with the machine, but the water I put in here is already filtered from my refrigerator, so I don't use that filter. And then it just slides back in here like this, and you push all the way in. So once you're ready, you have coffee beans in. There's a button right here that you use to turn it on. I have my handy dandy measuring cup nearby because it will rinse every time you turn it on, as you will see. It's not incredibly loud, but it does have some noise to it. This will rinse out a tiny bit. So once you're finished turning it on and it finishes rinsing, you're ready to make your coffees. Let me go over the touchpad real quick. This is the escape button in case you're in anything and you want to get out of it back to this menu. This is the settings button where you can pick your language. The arrows up and down will take you up and down. Maintenance, program beverages, program my beverages, general, statistics. And then to get out of this settings, you just hit the escape button. This little coffee bean button, as you see on the top here, will give you how aromatic you would like your coffee. So you keep hitting the button and it'll give you up to 5 beans. So then the next button here is the espresso button, followed by the iced coffee button. This large coffee button, almost full, is called a long. This is the cappuccino button, the latte button, and this last button is for hot milk. This is the drink menu, which if you press it, you can arrow up and down through the drink menu. We have 2 ristretto, latte macchiato, hot water, double espresso, 1 ristretto, a flat white, espresso macchiato, cappuccino, longo, coffee, 2 espresso, 2 longo. Then you have the My Menu button, which offers my espresso, my long, my true brew over ice, my coffee, my lungo, my ristretto, my double espresso, my cappuccino, my latte macchiato, my hot milk, my latte, my flat white, my cappuccino, my espresso macchiato. I have not used that as yet, any of those my's. I have still, like I said, have had this for 3 months, have been tinkering with what I like, what I don't like, what I want to try, what I don't want to try. So I haven't programmed anything into my menus yet, so I won't be telling you about that. This also slides out. This is where we catch the coffee grounds, and when this gets full, it will come up here to empty the grounds container. Also, this water reservoir catches any leftover water, coffee, so forth, and when it gets full, it will also ask you to empty. And if it's even out a little bit, it'll tell you what it needs. So you have to really push that in. I also wanted to touch on the fact that this is where the hot water comes out, and this easily pulls off like so. A little water does drip occasionally. And then you have the milk container. On the top here, there's several different things. We have insert. This is light foam, medium foam, heavy foam, and clean. When you're putting it into the machine, you want to have it on the insert button. You take the water off and you just slide it on there. This comes up and down if you're making a smaller cup of coffee, and goes up if you're having a larger cup of coffee. Okay, now we're gonna make an espresso. I'm going to use the glass here so you can see when it comes out. We're going to push this down so that we're sure it's going straight into the cup. And if you want it to be a nice strong espresso, again, you hit the aroma button until you have all 5 beans, and then the espresso button. So the coffee is always going to come out of both of these nozzles at the same time. So you have to have a cup that will fit under both of these, just so you know. Now to my favorite coffee, the iced coffee. So I filled my glass up with ice, which I'm pretty sure it's going to tell you to do anyway. The iced coffee button is the one in the middle here with the little ice cubes. When you press it, this is the only one that I've found so far that'll actually ask you to select the aroma when you press the button. The other ones, you need to select the aroma before pressing the button. Once you get all 5, you hit the OK button, and then it'll tell you add ice cubes to the glass, which we've done. And you hit the OK button again. True brew over ice. As you can see, it is melting the ice cubes. It does still come out hot. And there is your delightful iced coffee, to which you can add milk or cream or whatever floats your boat. I wanted to do one last demonstration of the hot water for all you tea lovers, which I occasionally have tea too, and I use this hot water and it works delightfully. So you just want to go to the drink menu and you use the arrow down key to the hot water is highlighted, and then you just press OK. The hot water is always going to come out of this nozzle. And I just want to show you how much hot water it actually gives you. Keeping in mind that if you only wanted a small amount of hot water, you can always hit this button to stop at any time. But this gives you a good amount of water for a tea. And I'm using the clear cup so you can see how much water does come out. This is the quietest process of this machine. There you go. A very nice amount of hot water for your tea, or whatever else you might even just have it as hot water. Very hot. Be careful not to burn your mouth. I also wanted to touch on the fact that this machine will shut off after a certain period of time by itself. And every time it shuts off, it rinses. So I have my handy dandy rinse catching cup. And if you press the button on top to shut it off yourself, you can absolutely do that. Don't touch the power button in the back, only this button. And it will rinse, tell you that it's turning off. This could save some electricity if that's important to you. It rinses it out, and then it'll just stay off until you want to make your next coffee, in which case you hit the button on top again, and it'll rinse again, like so. And then you'd be ready to make coffee after that. So there you have it. That's the overview of the Delonghi Dinamica, which I said before we had had for 3 months and are thoroughly enjoying. Run out and get yours today.